What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gameplays, and today we are playing Judge Sim I Am the Law, which is basically a part of Judge Sim it's an expansion. It's a DLC that they came out with that just allows you to arbitrate cases without any impact to the actual game. Now, since we already played through the game, I decided it was time to go through some of these cases. I was really excited when these came out. So, listen, if you haven't watched Judge Sim itself, check back, not right now, but check back and catch up on the storyline, and then let's just get to it, all right? We are going to end the day. Case 4. Ooh, what you got? You have a strange head, Adele. I don't know what to do with you. Man, everybody is drawn so strange. All right, oh man. Is this a name? Guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen, Lillesol. Oh man, is that a real name? I can Google it later, but damn. Adele Fragile. Fragile's a weird name, but all right. If you don't know, I always check out the evidence first because it's nice to know who's full of shit when you start reading. Anyway, image of the moment of the accident prepared according to the report. Okay, so based on this, Adele has the right of way. So if you're not clear about how roundabouts work, and roundabouts are super common everywhere except the United States. I don't know why the U.S. is so bent on square stoplights. Roundabouts work just fine. You can put stoplights at roundabouts, but it's just not something real popular in the U.S. You get outside of the U.S. and you better learn about roundabouts because everybody's got them. Anyway, so Adele has the right of way. Grumpy face over here. Yeah, she does not. So this is pretty straightforward to me. Ilesol Yoko sues Adele Fragile for damages, who she claims was at fault for turning her car from the roundabout. Okay. Details. Lillesol, I guess Yoko was driving her vehicle when she tried to enter the roundabout, which has 4 entrances from the third entrance. That's really confusing. This whole statement is just okay. Anyway, prior to that, Adele Fragile entered through the first entrance. Okay. They're referring to which entrance they came through. So they have 4. She came from the third entrance. She came from the first. Lillesol Yoko did not notice Adele Fragile coming from the left as she entered the roundabout and crashed into Adele's vehicle. A report was made with the police officers who came to the scene, and Adele Fragile was found to be right. Yeah. Lillesol Yoko, who sees this situation as unfair, is worth $4,500 to Adele Fragile. She files a lawsuit for damages. I don't understand what is worth, but I guess we'll find out. Lillesol Yoko says, I looked to my left and right to enter the roundabout. No vehicles were coming. Well, you don't have to look to the right. You should anyway, but roundabouts are always one way. It's not like there's a 2-way roundabout. That would be insane. Oh my gosh. Anyway, no vehicles were coming, so I stepped on the gas, and at that moment, a vehicle appeared on my left. It was coming too fast and put on the brakes all the way. I couldn't stop, even though I pressed it. Then I bumped into her. The police arrived at the scene, and we filed a report. I soon found out that I was all at fault. Even though I told the police about the incident, she didn't even care about me. I filed a lawsuit to seek my rights. Okay, Adele. As I was turning from the roundabout, a vehicle appeared on my right. It was coming too fast. Even though I suddenly slammed on the brakes, she hit me. Then the police came, and a report was made. I was right. I already knew I was right. I found out that a lawsuit had been filed on my behalf. The situation will not change. I'll be right again. Yeah, it's true. In your testimony, we're talking to Lillesol. In your testimony, you said that you were looking to your left. Shouldn't you have seen the vehicle coming? I looked intently to my left. Wow. I'm always careful not to encounter such situations. There was no vehicle coming from the left. I'm sure of that. She appeared out of nowhere and was coming very fast. That's why I noticed the vehicle too late. Even though I hit the brakes, I couldn't stop without hitting the vehicle. Lillesol said that she was driving too fast. What do you think about that? Strongly disagree. I had a very stable speed when turning from the roundabout. If I was already too fast, I wouldn't be able to turn. Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not like you can really go speeding through a roundabout. Like, you can, but anyway. No, but it's very rare. Like, first of all, most other countries outside the U.S., if you're American and you've never lived, and I'm not talking about a period of days or weeks or really even months, I'm talking about a period of years. And I'm not talking about just being deployed overseas. For those of my brothers and sisters who've served in the armed forces, I'm talking about living in a country, not being stationed there. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're like stationed in Germany, that's different, whole different thing. Same thing if you're stationed like in Okinawa on the Rock or Maine side or something like this. Yeah, for sure. But if you are, what I'm talking about is living overseas. You get used to these roundabouts. And the way people just kind of do things outside of the U.S. The U.S. is very different. I love it. Sometimes I hate it, but I'm going to tell you right now, the U.S. is just its very own country. Very much so. Anyway, if you were going slowly, why didn't you see the other side? Whatever. I tried to stop, but they were so fast I could not stop bumping into her. Yeah, 100% agree. And here's the thing. If you go back to the actual picture here, if old girl here is making a hard right and she's coming all the way around, it's actually easy to speed through this. It's really hard to navigate one of these turns and speed through here. And they were clearly both going onto the same road because there's no reason for you to come through here and then come back around, or maybe she was making a U-turn. I don't know. But the point is, there's no way to speed through this. Not any legitimate way, unless she's just like burning rubber and trying to do, burnouts and shit. Oh, girl right here, though, yeah, she would probably laying the gas on. So, I think this is pretty simple. See if there's digital evidence. There's not. Yeah, this is kind of a cut and dry case. I mean, I rant like I always do, but yeah, it was decided that LaSalle Yoko was unfair and that no payment should be made to her. It was decided that LaSalle Yoko was right and the sum of $4,900 should be paid by Adele. No. Yeah, no, she's insane. Nobody's giving you money. It was just written very strangely there. Anyhow, okay, let us continue. No casino today. Let's just hit the rack. Case 5. What do we got, bro? Ibrahim. All right, Mr. Lopez, yeah, okay. Ned. All right, Ned. We got a redneck over here. And Peggy Willie. All right. Let's see what we got. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Mona Lisa painting after the attack. No, who threw beet juice on the Mona Lisa? Terrible. I love the art, by the way. I really do. I make jokes about the way all the people look, but man, the art here is comically good. Anyway, case subject, Ned Washington and Peggy Willie, who introduced themselves as climate activists, staged an aggressive action at the museum. Okay, details. The famous painting, the Mona Lisa, by the world-famous artist Leo da Vinci. Anyway, which is in the Louvre Museum. Recently, the Louvre, was attacked by climate activists throwing tomato puree. Okay. There was no material damage thanks to there was a protection glass in the work. However, the museum management said that they were often subjected to such actions. The museum management is seeking $250,000 in compensation as moral compensation for the action. The present value of the work is approximately $850,000 million bajillion dollars, whatever. Okay. Well, before we go any further, let's just make a point. First of all, there was no material damage. Okay? No material damage at all. So I don't give a shit about the value of the object. There was no damage. So this is irrelevant. As far as the museum management seeking $250,000 in compensation, I don't arbitrate moral laws. When you get into like what you've done is morally wrong, that's where you start saying like, abortion is morally wrong because I'm religious, or being gay is morally wrong because I'm religious. And I'm sorry, that is all bullshit. It's bullshit. And if you are religious and think that other people need to live by your set of laws that are written down in some book given to you by a space wizard, I don't care. I'm not against religion. Believe whatever the hell you want. Just don't bring it to me. And don't knock on my door, and leave me the hell alone, and don't judge me for not wanting to believe in you and your space wizard. It's okay. You can believe in eating people's bodies and, praying 12 times a day or whatever it is that you do. I'm not against that. What I'm against is you trying to force other people into moral compensation because your morals are yours. I'm just good for the sake of being good. It's called not being a dickhead. You should all try it. Everybody should. It's okay. So I'm inclined to not give them any money. Now, was what they did wrong? Yeah, 100%. I'm all for being activists, okay? I'm all for activists in general. But you do not get to deface public property. The Louvre Museum in France does not need you throwing anything onto its paintings because that's not going to fix the climate. If you don't like laws in your country, then you go and you vote. That's how that works. I'm being real honest, and I'm sorry if somebody thinks that I'm, somehow naive or stupid. I mean, hey, maybe I am to you. I'll tell you right now, you vote, and if you don't like how the outcome of the vote is, then you can go join a political campaign. Hell, you can even run for office yourself, because if enough people do that, and public opinion changes, then that's fine. But you blocking freeways, you throwing tomato puree on the Mona Lisa at the Louvre Museum in France, all that does is piss people off. All that does is destroy property that doesn't belong to you. So these two probably need to go to jail. Do they need to give the Louvre Museum a bunch of money? Nah. There's not a whole lot of damage here. I mean, I might be inclined to issue a smaller sum, right? Because of the cost of lawyers and the cost of cleanup and the cost of closing that section of the museum and, whatever, punishment's sake, I suppose. But that's a bit much. Anyway, so we're talking to Ned Washington here, Mr. Redneck. It says, where'd you get the idea of attacking artifacts creates social awareness? Right. Could it be that this situation causes antipathy in people? Yeah, I am inclined to agree entirely. Our aim is to create global awareness, not a social one. We tried to do it the normal way, but people preferred to play the three monkeys. Oh, wow. That's very interesting, to play the three monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, smoke no evil? I don't know what that I'm just kidding. Anyway, now they are exposed to at least some facts, and it weighs heavily on them. They need time to digest. It's not weighing heavily on anybody. You just lost a bunch of revenue for a museum that is trying to show ancient stuff. And yeah, I agree. People do like to play the three monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Yeah, right. So I get that. But the problem is that if you want to change public opinion, you don't do it by being like an eco-terrorist, okay? And destroying public property and destroying lives is, of course, one is much greater and one is much lesser, a crime. But they are in the same vein. And really, you're just being a bully. You're trying to, people don't agree with you. Listen, this is a democracy. The world is a democracy in general. Not everywhere, but in general, the world is being run through the court of public opinion. And if public opinion turns against you and your cause is righteous, dude, you need to just keep going through legitimate channels. You don't turn into a terrorist and start flinging tomato paste or killing people because you're not being paid attention to. That's just being a bully. I'm not saying that your cause is not just. I believe that there is a climate crisis too. I just don't believe in throwing tomato paste on a priceless artifact at a museum is going to change anything. You idiot, the both of you, and your head looks weird. Both of yours do. So that everybody's head here. The bailiff is the most normal looking person here. So whatever. I don't care. Well, in this regard, Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Oh, but your decision in this case will set a precedent in many respects. I'm not angry that people aren't doing anything about climate change, but please don't stop those who are trying to do something. The dinosaurs didn't realize what was happening to them, but we do. Oh, God. Okay. You cannot destroy public property. If you want to stand outside on a public street and you want to protest with signs, that's fine. If you don't think that's getting the reaction that you want, that's not my problem. It's not. You needed to be arrested. You need to be in jail. I'm sorry. Is there anything you'd like to add, Mr. Ibrahim? Your Honor, I don't even want to imagine what kind of damage our museum would have suffered if the protective glass was not there. Agreed. I asked you to impose a punishment, so if these actions do not continue, we need to solve some things through reason and logic, not vandalism. 100%. And I bet you anything that the people at the Louvre Museum donate a ton of money to climate scientists. I bet you they do. Anyway, let's see if there is digital evidence here. There is not. Okay. Well then, let's see what options they give us. Oh, climate activists are ordered to pay $250,000 in compensation. It has been decided that climate activists do not need to pay compensation. Listen, they're not giving me other options. So I'm going to say that they need to pay compensation. I'd honestly rather put them in jail because I think what they did is a jailable offense. I don't like people paying. I think money should almost be taken out of the justice system entirely. I don't like the idea that somebody can just pay their way out of a crime. Do some time, dude. You did the crime. Do some time. At the very least, turn in your passport and go under house arrest. You know, if they'd give me that option, yeah, I'd probably put them under house arrest for about a year. You know, give them, 5 years of probation after that and something of that nature. But since in lieu of that, since these are the only options we have, we're going to give them $250,000 in compensation to pay, and we're going to call it done deal. Daily News. A deterrent penalty has been imposed for climate activists. Well, I mean, listen. God damn it. This is terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not for climate activists, and it's not a deterrent penalty for climate activists. It is a deterrent penalty for people who break the law. I don't care how just your cause is. You can't break the law. And if you don't like that, then go change the laws. Go run for office or whatever. God damn it. We're definitely going to the casino now. Jeez. Some blackjack going here. We're going to roll hard. We got money. We're going to roll. Let's do this. 3, 2, 8. God, okay. Draw a card. 19. Gotta stay. 10. 19. Push. I'll take push. I can live with that. All right. 6. 8. Oh, God. Draw. Draw. Boom. Hey. Hey, look at that. Look, we're going to call that. What do we got now? Hey, we're doing all right. Let's get out of here. I'm always happy when I win. I don't like to push my luck. All right. So let's end the day. Case 6. Hey, it's Spider-Man. Is that Spider-Man? Is it just me? Behind the mic. Are you dressed as Spider-Man? Ma'am? Miles. You're a dude? Are you Spider-Man? My dude? Anyway, let's check this out. Description of the victims. Oh no, it's Slider-Man. I can't. Police, what did Slider-Man look like? Victim 1. His face was masked, so we couldn't see him, but I could tell from his voice that he was a teenage boy, and I think he was holding glasses in his hand. Police, what did Slider-Man look like? He was black, with curly and fluffy hair. He was an adolescent boy. He was tall and skinny, and he wore glasses. Okay. Victim 3. I couldn't make out exactly in the dark, but I distinctly remember that he was black and wearing glasses. When he took off the glasses, he couldn't see in front of him. Police, what did Slider-Man look like? Victim 4. Imagine a skinny, tall, adolescent black kid. Can't remember your hair, but I can't forget his glasses. That boy had devil eyes. Okay. Eye test of Miles Abashley. Advanced myopia. Okay. Okay, so that's all the evidence. Why are you not wearing glasses now, my dude? What's the deal here? Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? How did this turn into sexual harassment? Shit. Alright. Criminal record, yes. Oh, for sexual harassment. Have you always been able to do this? Wow, this is really... Wow, that's cool. Okay. He's got no health problems. He is a citizen. Okay. All right. In recent months, there have been numerous reports of sexual harassment for residents in the Belmont area. In these reports, some of the young girls have been between the ages of 18 and 25, living in the area. See, this is not young girls. This is a woman. You say young girls, you start getting things twisted, all right? 18 to 25, you are a woman. Yes, you're young to a person like me, but still, you're grown up. Okay, don't say young girls, especially girls. Young women, yes. Young girls, no. Let's not say that, because young girls is like between the ages of 8 and 12, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe younger. Like, that's just gross. But 18 to 25. Okay, still a dickhead. But he's only 17. Oh shit. You're a junior. You're wow. Okay. That changes things. I don't know why I didn't notice this. I really should just start reading everything. Miles, you're a horny little fucker, and we need to work that out. Anyway, living in the area that say they went out at night, an adolescent boy dressed as a superhero who nicknamed himself Sliderman followed them. All right. According to the statement, Sliderman approached them at night and claimed that he was a superhero rather, and that some super abilities such as throwing a net. Insistent on proving his abilities, Sliderman told the young girls that if they came to a secluded area, he would show her his net throwing ability, and if they did not come, he would follow them. He sexually harassed these young women by leaving his own sperm on them after taking them to a secluded area. As a result, that's his net, huh? That's throwing ropes, son. That's throwing ropes. Anyway, as a result of the intense police patrol in the area, a young man wearing the described superhero costume was detained. Okay, eyewitness, an old beggar. I saw a young man in a red costume with a girl in a narrow, dark street. It was quiet for a few minutes. Then the girl came up to me screaming and running. She told me that she was being harassed and asked me to call the police right away and asked if I had any wet wipes or a veil. I didn't understand why, and she didn't tell me anything. I think she wiped away his tears. Oh, yuck. That's all I remember. Secret witness. In the evening, a teenage boy in a costume came to me. He said that he was Sliderman. He told me about his superpowers and that he could throw a web far away. Of course, I didn't believe it at first, but he said he could prove it. We made a bet on this. Okay. He told me not here and showed me a quiet place. When we got there, he told me that he needed to focus for this to happen and that I should close my eyes and wait quietly. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do any of this. Anyway, I know how stupid that was, but the bet he got in return was huge. When I opened my face, all I saw was him holding his disgusting penis and looking at me. Of course, he ran away immediately. If I see that disgusting brat again. Yeah, ... All right, so this is Miles. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm innocent. Everyone asked me why I'm out in costume. I was invited to a cosplay party at my friend's house. This is also my favorite costume. What could be more natural than that? What do you backwards boomers? Hey, eat a dick, little kid. What do you backwards boomers make of cosplay? We make art here. I haven't harassed anyone, and I don't need to. I have a girlfriend in school. Please don't darken the life of an innocent teenager. You have a criminal record, bro, of sexual harassment. You're 17. Yo. What's the fucking... Yo, so, yeah, he's got messed up ass eyes already. Let's see if there's digital evidence of this. No, none. Let's see what he's got to say. I see that your eyes are severely impaired. Why don't you wear glasses? Doesn't that bother you? Look, please, I was just cosplaying. You can't punish a person for wearing a costume. Please answer the question, Mr. Miles. Yeah, I was about to say. My eyes see just fine. I can even see that ugly face of yours. Okay. So you can easily see this number that I made with my hand, right? Yeah. Okay. I put 8. He put 10. No, 7. Huh. All right. Well... Let's see what our options are. So listen, he's guilty. He's a kid, and I know there's much to do about, when a person can be charged as an adult. I'm of the opinion that you charge a person as an adult when they become an adult. I absolutely cannot fucking stand people charging underage people. I don't care if it's a day before his 18th birthday. We as a society have made a decision that when you turn 18, you're an adult and not a moment before that, unless you're emancipated. So I assume he has parents, otherwise we probably would have heard about it. He's not, some homeless juvenile, something like that, who's been emancipated or is doing whatever. No, so he is a child. And I am not going to sentence a child to hard time. But he is guilty, for sure. So I'm going to say that he is sanity impaired and needs to go for treatment, because one of two things is possible in my mind. Number one, he's a psychopath and he's going to become a serial sex offender. And at that point, as an adult, he will be imprisoned for sure. And this is probably one of those things where, he needs some probation. He needs somebody to check in with. Again, that's not an option. They don't have a probation option up here. Okay. But they do have a sanity impaired option. And this child is not beyond saving, in my opinion. I think it's terrible what he's done. I feel horrible for these women. And I feel like this child needs to be punished, but I think he can still have his life changed, and I think he needs to go for treatment. So that's what we're gonna do. That's my ruling. I feel like that's the only thing that's fair, right? Honestly. All right, look, we got time for one more. Let's drive in this. You know what though? Listen. Anyway, case 7. Okay, we got all kinds of people in the room today. This dude's eyes are huge. Bro, what is wrong with your eyes? Do you have a name? No, you don't even have a name. That's what's up. And I don't know which one of you is looking at me. Oh my God. Travelon Tarquin. Holy shit, okay. Charles Engler and Delilah Engler. Okay, these two are married. I don't know what the frick this guy is. Tarquin is a last name. And then this fucking psycho over here. Can I talk to the bailiff? No. Okay. Anyway, let's check this out. There are 2 pieces of digital evidence in the case. All right, I'm with it. Let's go look. Yes, a good history question came up. You're running out of time, Mr. Charlie. I think it's option B. Charlie, I've been saying give up on my opinion. Maybe it's option D. Second record. What's your answer, Mr. Charlie? I think it's option C, but I'm not sure. Option C is my final decision. Okay. That did not help at all. Is there anything else on here? No. Okay. Cheating on a quiz show. Defendant, Charlie Engler. Plaintiff, quiz committee. So this guy must be representing the quiz committee. This is Charlie Engler here. This must be his wife, Delilah. And I don't know who that is. Anyway, let's go take a look. Charlie Engler, a retired soldier, participated in a quiz show. During the competition, Delilah Engler and her friend, Tarquin, were with audience. Wow, it's just written weird. And they were watching the competition live. The contestant used all his jokers in the first 7 questions of the 15-question contest and completed the competition with a prize of $1 million by answering the main questions correctly. Suspicions of cheating during the competition have increased. After reading the questions and answering options allowed by Charlie Engler, he changed the wrong options he chose with a sudden decision according to the coughing sounds coming from the audience at the right option. Okay. He also confirmed the decision with a coughing voice on his question he was undecided on. Okay. Based on the reports of the competition's engineers and computational biologists. God damn, what is even that? Man, I'm obviously uninformed. Engineers and computation biologists, a lawsuit was filed against Charlie Engler, Delilah Engler, and Tarquin. Coughing sound was recorded 192 times during the competition. Okay. 192 times. There weren't 192 questions. So maybe somebody just be coughing. Maybe they got COVID. Anyway, Charlie Engler said, I don't hear any coughing sound at all. I was sitting in the middle of the studio where the competition was taking place, and I was sure there was no sound coming there. I didn't cheat. I won the contest completely by the virtue of it. Okay. Delilah says, My husband won the contest, and he deserved it. The reason why I coughed during the competition was due to an infection in my throat. Yep, I'm getting over one right now. So, I mean, I do understand that. Tarquin says, the only reason I was there was to support my friend. I didn't have any activities other than watching the competition. I don't even know why I'm testifying. I don't either, to be honest with you. All right, let's hear from them. So we're asking Charlie, do you think it's normal for your wife and your friend to cough so much and every cough just before a response? I was focused on the questions that it was impossible for me to hear a cough. So why did you feel the need to change your answers at the last second every time you answered the question were you sure they had an answer to? As I said, the questions were easy, but I was careless. Every time the correct answer came to me at the last second, that's how late I was in changing my answers. Okay. When you notice that your husband was stuck on the wrong answers, you allegedly warned him by coughing. What is your defense? I have a chronic cough problem, and as a result, I cough excessively. That has nothing to do with me helping my husband. If you have a chronic coughing disease, why haven't you coughed once during your time here? I've noticed that too. It could be because I'm stressed. I think the stress is good for my coughing disease. Oh man. I guess you have a chronic cough problem too, or am I wrong? Like any human being, I can cough. I'm aware that I cough a lot during the competition. This is because the seat I sat on was very dusty. Could literally feel the dust in my throat. Are you stressed right now? Yes, I'm a little stressed. Maybe stress is good for me. Oh, I guess we don't even get to talk to him. Okay. I'm not trying to give an answer away. I just have a cough. All right, listen. I don't know what you guys are thinking about this. Let's hear this one more time. It's a good history question came up. You're running out of time, Mr. Charlie. I think it's option B. I say I've given my option as D. What is your answer, Miss Charlie? I think it's option C, but I'm not sure. Option C is my final decision. Okay, so what they're trying to get us to believe here is that it is one cough for yes and two coughs for no. Here again, so we have the letter of the law and we have the spirit of the law. Them coughing during this competition was probably against the spirit of the law. The question is, was it actually against the letter of the law? And we don't have a law book, and we can't ask this guy any questions. I would like to ask if their cell phones were taken, because if their cell phones were taken and there was no digital help, the help was just them, saying whatever, I'm inclined to let them go. I am. There's no extra evidence in here. It's just digital. It was decided to refund the money that Charlie Engler won in the competition. It was decided that Charlie Engler did not need to return the money he won during the competition. Look, also, let me make a point. This was a game show, so it was on TV. Now, they recoup the money that they give their contestants, right? It's not like this is a closed competition. They recoup all of the money because these people are going on TV. So I'm going to say that these guys got paid. And if he hadn't won, somebody else was going to win. So they're not really out any money at all. If they're worried about the fairness of their competition, then in my opinion, they need to lock down their studio and make sure that if there's no coughing, then no coughing is allowed. And if you have to cough, then you have to leave the studio. They can say that if you're sick and, whatever, or if you have a coughing problem, then you need to not come in. And they need to confiscate people's phones and put them in a lockup. They can do that. There are lots of places, comedy specials, pre-screenings and stuff like that. They all lock up your phones. So they could have very well done that. And I would really like to talk to Mr. Big Eye Blinky over here, Mr. Owl, because I don't see who's out here. And again, against the spirit of the law, maybe, but I don't have enough evidence to say that they've broken a law. I don't have that evidence. Again, I'm just saying I don't have the evidence. So I'm going to say that he can keep the money. Did not need to return the money he won. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. And if that gets me in trouble, then hey, that gets me in trouble. But listen, guys, we made it through another episode of Judge Sim, I Am the Law. And we're going to be back next week with some more cases. So you're definitely going to have to see me here. You're definitely going to have to check it out. Only on Gameplays, we're going through because we are the arbiters of justice, all right? I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all later. Peace.